I am Vardaan Sangar, an immigrant born in middle-class family, a software engineer because of circumstances, but a real estate investor by choice. Let not the winged days of your life to be spent in vain, which when once gone, no gold can buy them back again.
Hello, very good evening everyone. This is Vardaan Sangar. I am real estate investor in Ottawa Valley region. And when we used to network, and right now it's COVID time, but a lot of questions when we see on social networking site, when we talk and meet with new investors and fellow investors and many of the friends, there are certain questions which comes to everyone when they start investing in real estate. And few of those questions are how to make mass offers. Mass offers means making as many offers as you can when you are inside the market and when you are fishing in the pond. More and more fishing and more hooks you're going to put into the pond, more and more chances for the fish to get hooked into that cut. So you have to make as many offers as you can. So people have a lot of questions how to make as many offers as they can. And the second question which comes to their mind is what should be the mindset and what should be the strategy at that time. And the third very important question which comes to the mind of the investor is how to find a good realtor. So all these things needs to be properly structured, because if you have a goal in life, you have to very properly structure these things, have to properly structure your team, then only you can expect some good result and output from it. So we will discuss about the mass offers and what should be the strategy and mindset during that time. And very important thing which all the investors they do mistake is they try to make their offer as well and as well prepared as they can, because they know there's going to be biddings, there's going to be competition in the market, so they do a lot of diligence while making an offer right away. The moment they see the property, they jump on the property, they start making the numbers, started doing diligence and try to make it as much perfect as they can. So first important strategy and a mindset to keep in mind is whenever you see a property, the first and most important thing for that property is to know what is the mindset of the seller, whether the seller is motivated or not. So you have to uncover the motivation of the seller. So I will tell you like how usually every day when I see the property and what I've learned from my coaches, how they perform the mass offers. So let's see how the mass offers are exactly done. So I will show you how the mass offers are done, but at the same time, you should not worry a lot about like making more and more diligence in the very starting phase of making an offer. Your first phase should be make an offer, put an offer, try to find out what the person on the other side is ready to give, what the other side person is ready to counter, and then start putting more and more efforts into the deal. So let's take an example. We have address 1223 Lise Avenue. This is gonna be address 1. Second thing's gonna be the another address we are talking about here. For example, it's 1220 Dorchester. And let's take the another property which we saw on realtor.ca or which we see on realtor.com if you are in US. So for example, the property comes out to be 1551 Victor Avenue. So usually when making the mass offers like this, so you have the address of the property over here. The another important thing is make sure the property is investment property, property is fixer upper and needs to do a lot of stuff in that property, because we are here to make investment, to make rational decisions, not to make emotional decisions. So here's gonna be listed value of the property. So for example, the property at 1223 Lise Avenue is listed for 420k. The property at Dorchester is listed for 360k. And the property at 1551 Victor Avenue is listed for 380k. Then we discuss. Now at this time when you're making your list of property, you're just gonna think a speculated ARV. And for example, this is something you have to think on yourself. Right now you're not going to any of the agent and you're just gonna think about the ARV. And for example, the ARV of this property gonna be 510. ARV of this property gonna be 420. We are just assuming each and everything. And ARV of this property, for example, is gonna be, if you think about, is 380. I'm aware of the neighborhood, so I'm thinking in that way. So it's gonna come out to be 435K. And now comes the column, what you're gonna bid for. This is something gonna be how much you're gonna bid. So for example, usually what we think is whatever we're gonna bid is gonna be 50 to 60 cents on a dollar. So whatever's gonna be the ARV value, right now we have a speculated ARV, so we're gonna think it's gonna be 50 to 60% of the ARV we are ready to give it. So that's gonna be our bidding offer. So if we take about like 50% of 510 is near about 250-ish. So we are ready to pay near about, let's take the bidding offer near about is 300K. 420, so we are ready to pay near about 280-ish here. And the one at the Victor Avenue, that is 435, so we are ready to pay near about 320-ish. So that's going to be the bidding offer. So now for example, you go to realtor.ca, you have 50 properties, you saw those 50 properties and you make a list of these two things and you collected the data like this. And now you have a main agent, you have found your main buyer's agent. You're going to go to your buyer's agent and you're going to tell your buyer's agent, look, there's going to be a script for you and that's how you have to work for me. So what's your main agent or main buyer's agent going to go is, he's going to go to each and every listed agent who's going to be the seller's agent for each and every property, and he's going to talk like this. See, I have an outside home buyer. He's not living in Ottawa. He is living remote or away from Ottawa, but he's looking for investment property in Ottawa or whatever the neighborhood is, and he's interested to put the offer and to write the offers, and he has the bidded value, for example the XYZ address. Let's take 123 Lise Avenue. So he is ready to put this much bidding offer. So he has to say this thing. Why he has to say this thing? Because when you go inside the market and when you talk about a lot of stuff like this is my offer, this is what I'm gonna put, sometimes you will hear a lot of negativity from the realtors. Oh, you've gone crazy, you don't know about the market is excelling up, it's going up and up and up, it's a seller's market, it's not no longer a buyer's market, you won't get anything. So sometimes people, they insult the agent. So your agent can come out very easily out of it, that buyer is from outside and I'm doing my duty to put his offer. So if you're interested, well and good. If you're not interested, now he's gonna put the hook in the pond. Now he's gonna start fishing. Now he's gonna find out two more values for you. That is exact ARV and the counter. So what he's gonna go and say is, tell me, according to you, gonna be the after repair value of the house if properly done, apple to apple comparison, what's gonna be the after repair value. So he's gonna provide the after repair value. So now the data is gonna get started collected. It's gonna tell you about after repair value, but at the same time, you get to know a lot of story from the seller's point of view. How many offers have been put, how much he's ready to counter down. So your main agent will collect each and every information from the seller's agent. So you're gonna keep on getting a lot of information. So assume this table to be 50 properties. So for example, now your main agent has went and now started fetching the data which you have asked him to do. So the first thing's gonna be the exact ARV for the Lise Avenue. So we assume that the ARV is 510 and for example the ARV come out to be 530K. Okay. And the seller he's ready. He listed the property for 420 and he's ready to come at 360. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mark the properties into the red zone, green zone or the blue zone. Any property which comes under the red zone, we are not going to think about it right now because the seller is not at all motivated. So we will first see whether this data gives us that information, like whether the seller is motivated or not. So the property was listed at 420. The exact ARV comes out to be 530. And when your main agent discuss about is like the seller is ready to get 360. Now we have to determine whether we are more interested in this property or let's go to the second one. So first thing is we assumed ARV to be 510 and it comes out to be 530. That is a good thing. So it means there is a lot of margin over there. And the property which was listed for 420, the seller is ready to come at 360. So it means the seller is a motivated seller. So the next thing to do is sit in your car, drive to the place and see the property. So this gives us an idea this is in the green zone. So this comes into the green zone. So this is something now we have to work upon it. Now we have to structure the things very properly. Now we have to go see the property, see problems, what are the things in the property, what is the exact neighborhood is, how the things gonna be. And now start structuring the deal and try to make the deal work. Let's see 1220 Dorchester. So if it's 360, ARV is 420, you bid 280, and for example ARV gonna come out to be exactly 420 only. Now what you're gonna do is, if it's gonna be 420 now, okay, and the counter which comes from the seller was he listed 360 and seller is saying 350k. Where are you gonna keep it at? So you're gonna see the ARV is the same and seller has just reduced 10k. So this property still comes into the blue zone because we buy the property at 50 to 60 cents of a dollar and the seller doesn't seems to be a motivated seller. So I will put it into the blue zone. Now let's see the another property, the third one, because you are getting the data through the main agent now. So the third thing is the person comes, he's saying after repair value is 435 and when the data comes, the after repair value comes out to be 410, and that is bad because the after repair value decreases, so there is less chances to make money over there. And at the same time, when we see the counter offer, the person is either still stuck at that, or for example if he's asking for 380 and he's just making it 375, so that comes into the red zone because there is already a reduced ARV. Here you are seeing ARV was increasing or was kept at the same number, but here it is even reducing and neither he is motivated enough. So we will keep it into the red zone. So 50 properties like this, you're gonna keep on collecting the data. So that is very important thing when you have to go and do the mass offers. Go to realtor.ca, find the properties in the bad situation, start making this first, second, third listed value, ARV which you think and the value you're gonna bid. Then give all this information to your main agent. Your main agent will fetch all this data for you, and whatsoever comes into the green zone, right away started working on it. And as the list keep on increasing every week, there's gonna be chances the things which are blue and red, they are already in the market for 30 days, they are already in the market for 2 months, or they are in the market for 4 months. So the seller which was not motivated at that time is now the motivated seller, and now you can go and fetch that fish very easily without even the trap. So this is just like fishing in the pond only. You have to make sure when the person on the other side is motivated enough, so that you don't waste your time, you structure the things very properly, but at the same times all these things needs to be done. So you need to find that main agent. Now another question comes, how to find that main agent. So at the end of the property, I will show you some of the articles, like all my documentations which I do, how to find the main agent. So I will project my screen to my laptop, but let's discuss who gonna do this work for you. So either the new agents who just come inside the market and they are hungry for the work, they gonna do all this stuff for you because they want the name in the market. And another agent's gonna be the veterans. The veteran like are the old agents, very good in negotiation, and they don't care about any insult or anything. They're gonna go for their client, gonna put the bid value, accepted, not accepted, go to hell. They're not gonna care. And as per my experience, the ones which are veterans, old enough and way experienced, they don't care what the seller's agent gonna say. They're gonna put your offer and gonna do work for you because they are your agent, not gonna think about their insults or anything. So this list gonna keep on increasing. There's gonna be greens, like as the list proceeds, there are gonna be some greens. Then there are gonna be some reds, a lot of reds, and some of the few blues. So when I bought my property, this 122 Dorchester, it was the blue one. So in the month of February, we put the offer, we didn't went and see the deal. Then database keep on increasing every week. Then I again went to those properties, again rang the bell near the pond, again asked what the seller is ready to pay. It still remained in blue. Again next week, you're gonna keep on rechecking your database, again knock the door, are you interested? So if he's interested, and what happens is after 3 months, when I again knock the door, he lists the property at 360 and he was ready to sell the property for 318. So from 360 to 318, he nearly come down by $45,000. And now people say, no, this doesn't happen. There is no counters or anything happens in the Ottawa Valley region or in the seller's market. These things happens, but you have to be patient. You have to face rejections. I still remember the first time they returned my offer, there was a big cross on my sales and purchase agreement, and I was very disheartened. And at that time, one of my mentors and coach, she explained me, like, you don't have to get emotionally attached with the property. That is not something you're going to do it right now. When you're going to go and buy a house for your family, be emotional at that time. Here you need to be rational. Until and unless the numbers don't work, you're not going to go out and buy the property. So that's how you need to make the mass offers. And sometimes I don't even go to my main agent and do that stuff, because when you start in the market, you want to make as many contacts as you can. You should know as many agents as you can. So if you have this 50 properties, there's gonna be 50 listing agents. You're gonna make 50 calls yourself, or you're gonna say your main agent to do that. If you did diligence, if your main agent is honest, he's gonna do that much big lot of work. But there are some advantages if you yourself's gonna do that. First of all, you're gonna have more and more contacts in the market. You're gonna know more about the market, how it's gonna go. You're gonna talk with the person, with the listing agent. You get to know what he does, what are the things he's doing, from west to east, north to south in the neighborhood. Where does he work? What kind of property does he sell? Does he sell first time home buying properties only, new houses only, or he sells fixer uppers also? He sells all the old properties or the investment properties also. So you get to know about a lot of agents. So that's how you find who is the better agent. Just being stuck with one main agent and put the steering wheel of your boat in the hand of one agent won't take you to a long race. So you have to yourself in the start make 50 calls. I remember I used to make calls every day. Every day I make 15-20 calls to different realtors and then make their database, who is good, who is bad, try to fetch all this information from them. And once I get that information, everything is done. Now you need to know where to go, how to make the deal works. And that's how you can take efforts. So once I know it's a green, I will go to my booklet and structure the deal properly and see how it's going to work. But if you see, during the start, all the 50 properties, we quickly find the data and see where to go for and where not to go for. So that's how you're going to make the mass offers. And if you yourself going to go, you have a lot of advantages. First thing, you new agents, you have more circle in the market. Second thing, you get referrals, you know about good people. And the third thing, you get pocket listings and the private leads from the investors, because when you're going to talk with them, you're going to tell them about your interests, about your neighborhoods where you want to invest, and there might be a chance you get to know good listings or the pocket listings which are still not in the market. So whether you do with the main agent, whether you do it yourself, that's your choice, your time, how you have to manage it. But at the end of the day, with actions comes the execution. So this is something that is very important. And now I will shift my screen to my computer. Now you're going to see how I maintain the database, how when I talk with some of the realtors, I make the remarks and I label them red, green, blue, orange. Like red means not at all a good realtor. So I'm going to project the camera to the screen now. And there you're going to see how to characterize the agents in your market. And once that is done, you have to keep restructuring your databases. Like you have to restructuring this database, you have to restructure your agents database, and gonna keep on adding the people into it. And that's how you get the top-notch realtors. You get to know how to structure the deals. That's how you can make 8 offers, 5 offers, 6 offers every day. And until and unless that is not done, it's not difficult to hook the fish in the cut. It's very difficult. That's not how easily the fishing is done. So finding a deal is just like fishing. So you have to put the trap out over there for the deal, and that's how it's going to come. So let's go to the screen.
So this is something I was discussing, and like you should have an agent name, a brokerage, email, office, cell, and the notes. Like for example, if you have 50 properties, you're gonna call 50 realtors, gonna have their names over here, gonna have their brokerage here, their email ID, their personal cell number, and their office details, and you're gonna mark them on the basis of like whether they're a good, like seem bit low, but yes, have properties for fixer upper, specialize in all Ottawa, old veterinary realtor, do his own investment, have sixplex deal, have fixer upper right now, seems young in the field, will send the listings. So you have to decide on your own while talking about the market, while talking about their experience, while talking about their investment experience. You're going to mark them, you're going to talk, and you're going to take out the words from their mouth. Then you will get to know who is good or who is bad. Then you will mark it red, orange, yellow, and like that's how you're going to keep on making the list. And if you see, the list goes on. So once you prepare a list like this, then once you're done with one property, definitely one of the greens gonna give you your first property. Next time when a deal comes, we're gonna call the greens and the orange and the yellow. And next time, again, we will have a shorter list. We will have good out of them. And after second or third property, you will have a top-notch realtors with you, and the list will just seems green, 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 green. I hope it helped.
If you have any questions, I'm always ready to help. We are ready to scaling up the things over here in the Ottawa Valley region. We have a good team of realtors, good mortgage brokers, at the same time good contractors and realtors, and everything and every kind of deal structuring is done under the mentorship of veteran investors in Ottawa Valley region. A lot of coaches have been taking care of each and every deal which we are doing, so that the numbers are cross-checked with them. Everything is very perfectly done. So if you are interested in any kind of joint ventures, if you're looking for any kind of partnership in the hard assets, or any kind of partnerships in investment properties, my address, my phone number, and my website details and everything is available over there. And we are definitely looking for good investors with whom we can do joint ventures. If any doubt comes up, You can search me, contact me. I will put my phone number over here. Any kind of information about the market, how the things are changing up in the market right now, any concerns regarding the neighborhoods, whatever's your point of concern is going to be, I'm always ready to help. So this is Vardaan Sangar, real estate investor in Ottawa Valley region. Always remember, hard work never goes unrewarded. Take actions, take the mashal in your hand, and keep on executing. Thank you. Have a very good time.